It's a new week starting, and it starts on a rainy day, which is kind of cold, but I have so many things that I wanted to talk about today that I'm going to share on Instagram as well because I need to have so many people advices because this week is about to become such a fucking marathon because I'm going to Paris next week and I want to have a new doll with me and whoopsie, that passed. Um, because I have been talking with a friend on Instagram and she have an amazing doll photo story and I'm missing that so much. So the question is, if I do another doll story again, um, should I go for 1/12 scale or 1/6 scale? That's the main issue that I have because I have this guy here that is currently in a 1/6 scale and I just love this head sculpt. I do need to add more face expression though, but I really want to stick to the 1/12 for a little longer because I really love the scale of it and I love the fact that it's easy to go out with and not be having issues with having dioramas that are so big. For the story, I do have kind of an idea. I had a few months ago the idea of a story called Toy Fantasy. That was a guy who was summoned into a doll room, like a toy box and stuff like that, by other toys because there were demons in there and he was summoned to fight those demons. I think I'm gonna do that again, but add another layer to it. Because here's the thing, if I have to make the perfect doll story that suits me and that I love, it will be something about magic, witchcraft, toys, dolls, obviously. I do want to mix and match different brands. I really want to go out of this stick to one aesthetic, one brand and all that stuff. I'm always against that and I don't know why I keep making myself doing it. Well, actually I do know why, let's be honest. It's easier to reach people on Instagram if you stick to one brand, and that's not my thing. I mean, that's clearly not my thing. That's probably why I keep moving from an account to another, another. I don't know, maybe. Maybe it's because of the impulse. But now that I have the treatment, is it gonna work better this way? I don't know. But I've been binge reading the story of Life in 1/6 Scale. She have an incredible story that is non-magic and all that stuff, but she really nailed the psychology and the character building. Those characters are just so deep and have so many layers that makes me want to go back to it, to go back to creating a story, creating a universe and something like that. So I'm definitely willing to go back to it. What I do know that is not working for me is long-lasting stories. So the plan is, if I'm gonna get back to a doll story, I'm gonna need to work on Monster of the Week episode, kind of something like that. That will make it more easy. If I go in 1/12 scales, there's gonna be one issue though, is that the head that I have is in 1/6. Next week I'm going to Paris and I want to go with that doll. So if I want to have it in 1/12 scale, that means that I have to actually repaint the 1/12 that I have, because otherwise I won't be able to go with this, knowing that we will have guests at home for the week and that I'm not going to be able to work on that. So probably going to be able to do this Thursday night till Sunday. So it's going to be a marathon and we will see. Hopefully we will be able to go there. And I definitely want to use the Woody body that I got for Woody, the Woody body that I got for Woody. The thin body, nude body that I have, I'm definitely willing to use this one instead of the hunk one, because I like thin characters, so that's the main goal. I think I answered a lot of questions though that I've been wondering. I'm definitely going for 1/12 scales. That's the challenge and I will go for that. And yeah, this week will be about this, I guess. It wasn't the plan originally, let's be honest. I wanted to keep the 1/6 scale to create more of a realistic story, and I just slept on that. And this morning I just felt like I don't want to just do that, because if I stick to reality kind of environment and stuff like that, I will feel limited and I will have to build new dioramas, and I don't want to do that in 1/6 scale. I do want to create more diorama, of course, but the space consuming in the 1/6 scale is just getting out of reach at this moment. So I really want to go lower and downscaling. Downsizing, I think is more appropriate. So yeah, that's the plan for this week. I went yesterday to eat an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet with one of my closest friends, Sylvain, and it was just amazing. But I've been thinking, I 3D printed this little guy in 1/12 scale in order to, as I was saying yesterday, I want to use this guy for the new, lead and that I'm going for. So I 3D printed some heads, some extra heads, because I already had 10 of them at home waiting, and I've also added 2 new face expression. And I've been thinking about that because as I said, we are going to Paris next week and to meet some other doll friend. We also decided to go for one day in a Disney park. So I 3D printed this little, headphone on the resin that is called Ultra Tough resin from Anycubic. The only issue that I have is that, as you can see, it's a little bit too small. So I've actually remodeled it and reshaped it so it's gonna be a little bit bigger. And hopefully I'm gonna be able to take this for Paris, because I really want my guy to have just little. You have this little headphone. As you can see, it's really like flexible, you know, like that's something that I really love about this resin. It's really hard to use it though, because the parameters are really not the same as the regular one, but hopefully we're gonna make it through. When I launched this 3D print, you have to know that I've launched 6 model and there is only one that got printed clearly. So it is what it is. You know, 3D printing with the resin machine, if you stay with the classic resin, it's not going to be that complicated. But if you want to go out of the box in a way and to use this extra funny material, yeah, you're going to have some fail. Well, it's a work in progress and it's always a way to learn new stuff. And I think that's all for today, hopefully. I still have some customer that will come. It's around noon, pretty soon. You have the clock right here. So yeah, still have some customer. I didn't took any pills today for the ADHD because I have my neuralgia. I'm gonna, you know, this thing. I wonder if this is the other way around. Well, this here. That is kind of hitting me and I don't know if I can mix and match the treatment. So just in case I stop the ADHD one to use the one that I have for this. So yeah, because the pain is right here. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, I really don't know if there is going to be much to film about today. As I said, we have people at home, so maybe there is not going to be that much content. But the marathon will begin on Thursday. Today's plan is going to be focused on printing minis. I tried the body with the little head that I had to see if it matched. I do need to trim a little around the neck peg because the head is kind of hard to push through it. And otherwise it's going to give him a long neck and that's not what I'm looking for. So this is something that I have to do. I also realized yesterday that I've only printed the neutral face expression. So I will have to print the other heads today. I'm also thinking to kind of go buy some primer today as well because I don't have any at home. The one that I used for the dollhouse was a plastic one and I need something for a resin or universal, I don't know. I will see what I can find and get. So this is something that I have to do. The head, the primer, but also trying to finally get the headphone, the Minnie Mouse headphones, because I tried to launch 3 print yesterday and they all failed. But I'm thinking it's because the resin got a little bit too liquid since it is kind of it does have this special kind of texture, let's call it that way. It's not as liquid as the regular one, so I have to kind of upgrade a little bit more the exposure time so it give him more heat, and I think it was too liquid maybe, and that's why it failed, so I left it for yesterday. This morning is the same texture as usual because it kind of had the time to warm down and to cool up. It is a word that is existing. And hopefully I will be able to get the right print. Otherwise, I will just keep this and jump for having the heads. And that's the main priority right now. Tomorrow, I will be able to do the repaint. So I really want to get the heads printed today and have the primer already at home. Maybe if I have time, do the primer tonight, but not sure because, well, the visitors are still here, so we will see. I think that's all I needed to say about the program of today. Yeah. I haven't taken any pills yet. It's around 8, 9. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. So I'm gonna take my pill right now for my ADHD and hopefully get focused for the rest of the day. Now that everything is pre-painted, the only thing that I need to do right now is a coffee. And done. I really needed a coffee. So the heads are primered, and this is gonna be a long journey because painting pale face gold is probably the one thing that I hate the most because it's really hard for the pale skin tone to kind of stick. It need several layers. So this is gonna be a long journey because I really want to do them all in a row. So with no further ado, I have my coffee, primer is done. I also have in the oven some polymer clay because I received a silicone mold. So I'm also doing that meanwhile. So let's jump into the repaint now. Friday, one day left before editing all this weekly vlog. Um, I am thinking that I haven't done the earring that he's having, so I'm gonna use UV nail polish to, well, kind of paint it because it has like this kind of glitter inside and I really want to have that. So this is what I'm gonna do tonight. It's around close to 11 p.m. I had a customer that came very late at 7 p.m. because I'm, well, getting to Paris next week and I didn't want to lose that customer because she is just amazing and I really wanted to do her hair. So I did it. Hair color plus balayage plus haircut and blow dry. I'm exhausted. But I really want to finish that head sculpt because tomorrow I'm gonna go for an audition for a core this. Um, because I really want to join a course. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you get it. Um, so yeah, I really wanted to join one, and I'm going there tomorrow for the audition. So thankfully or hopefully, it will end up good. And I'm also gonna do the miniature for the weekly vlog for YouTube and also for Instagram. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and everything will be wrapped and I will be able to focus on going to Paris, getting ready, preparing my bag and all that stuff. So let's do that, go to bed, and start Saturday. And we're Saturday, which means that we're basically at the end of the vlog. I just left the, well, a shop actually, to be honest, because I wanted to buy some stuff and those buttons because I really want to fix some pants for the one ton scale guy that I just, well, repainted this week, and he needs some pants and they're not really fitting because here is really skinny. So yeah, this is the plan for tonight. Also, I went to the audition for the chorus, or whatever this. It was just awesome, really just awesome. I really hope that I made a good impression and just nailed the audition. But the answer will be announced next week, probably between Monday and Wednesday. So, well, we'll keep in touch and I'll let you know. So there's that. We were around 50%, but the thing that was kind of impressive is that we were only four guys, and I am on the lower voice. I didn't know that. Just learned about that, and that was pretty cool. What I love about vlogging outside, especially in Germany, is the Germans there. Anyways, next week is the week in Paris with Stevie Moon and other doll content creator and doll collector, and this is going to be so much fun. So I can't wait to go there. Tomorrow I'll be starting the weekly vlog. Maybe I will start on Monday for this special week. I don't know. I will see. I will get time to think about that. That's not the point. I just want to thank you so much for watching this far and hoping that you enjoyed it, even though it was kind of a weird week because it started with questions, doubt, and didn't know where I was leading and going to. And I ended up doing this guy in Repaint that wasn't part of the plan. But yeah, I'm really enthusiastic about next week, not only because of the course. Promise I will be able to ask someone to how to pronounce that word. So enthusiastic about that. Also enthusiastic because going to Paris is gonna be so much fun. I'm originally from Paris, so it's kind of getting back to my roots. So it's really cool for that, and also just connecting with people that understand what I do, what I like, and share this passion. So really excited. I was starting by thanking you for watching this far. So thanks again. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, to leave a comment. You can just leave an emoji. It's more than enough. And yeah, see you next week. Have a lovely Sunday and bye.